of other ships in the past few days. This year, a total of 80 ships have been hijacked by pirates off the coast of Somalia, and that has companies scrambling to find ways to keep their ships, crew, and cargo safe. Joining me now from Los Angeles is the developer of one weapon that might just be the answer. Vahan Simidian is CEO of HPV Technologies, and he joins us. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Seamus. How are you today?
I'm fine. Now, I understand you've got I guess it's the actual device itself there with you?
Well, I have one of our least powerful, but you're able to communicate at least at a quarter of a mile with this particular handheld device that only weighs about 9 pounds.
Really?
Has 11 hours of running time at maximum output, and basically it allows people to communicate at great distances, unbelievably clear. We registered a perfect score on the CIS scale, which is the intelligibility scale, at 1.1 miles at Edwards Air Force Base when we had to do a demonstration for the government.
So it's like a massive megaphone, is that it?
It's what you would call a bullhorn on steroids, this particular model. It's actually quite frightening because whether you speak softly or loudly, the clarity is unbelievable. I can whisper standing in front of you 5 feet away, and you can't hear me talking, and I put the microphone in front of my mouth, and you can hear me perfectly. So, and it is, the idea of loudness isn't the issue, it's the clarity when the signal gets to the person.
How much does it cost?
And this particular unit sells for about $3,000.
So
there's also much larger units that are much more powerful, and these are the kinds of units that are being used on the ships that you're referring to.
Well, and why don't you take us through a kind of a high seas scenario here? Let's say, you know, a captain spots a suspicious vessel on the high seas. How does he use the device? How do you just walk it through?
Okay, first what they would basically do, their protocol usually is to get the attention of the people that obviously are approaching them, to let them know that they know they're there. So they might send out a shrill tone, which we have programmed in here, or a police tone or a fire tone, something to get their attention. And then instantly the objective is to ascertain what their intention is. And generally there's a verbal warning given that, depending upon the type of ship that they're approaching, that they're going to be fired upon if they do not stop approaching that ship. And when the government originally came to me asking me, could we do something about keeping the good guy and the bad guy away from each other until we understood the intent of the individual, I said, sure, just tell me how far you want to be able to do this, and I'll build you units that'll do it at whatever length you want. And the basic thing there was, if you recall, a couple of years ago, there was an Italian journalist that was racing towards a checkpoint in Iraq, and we did not know why he was racing or why this car was racing towards the checkpoint, so they blew the car up, only to find out that he was running away from the bad guys. And this technology, believe it or not, when pointed at a window, whether it be a car or a home or anything, energizes that window, and the sound continues and goes straight into the vehicle or the car or the boat or wherever it is.
Mr. Simidian, that is fascinating.
It's quite
Thank you.
Unique.
Thank you so much.
Quite unique.
May you sell many units.
I thank you very much, sir.
We'll be